Hello, everybody. It's Amber from Equalize Digital. I'm just getting all queued up here to be able to go live. Hoping maybe. I feel like I every single time have issues with the Facebook, and maybe I'm just going to give up on it and say that YouTube and Twitter are the winners because I actually am able to get it to function. But today I am going to be diving in to doing a race, basically, is what I'm going to call it. It's my race with myself to see how many issues I can fix on WP Product Talk that are automated issues. We've been doing a lot of global stuff, and I think I'm almost done with that. So let's see. I'm link giving one more time to see if I can get Facebook to recognize that I am streaming on the key that is there. But I think the answer is there we go. All right. Click that button. Now we're going to be in the Facebook group. I will say that is probably one of the most irritating UIs possibly. Meta, you need to do a little bit more work on there. But feel free to say hello in the chat. I always love to see that people are tuning in. So I see that David is here. He said hello. And Derek is here. And a friend I haven't seen for a while, Bilius, is here as well. Bilius says it's been a while. So I'm going to dive in because I've done enough technical difficulties, which seems to be a tradition at the start of every single one of these live streams. Please do give me a thumbs up, a like. Please share this if you're able to. That really helps me out. But let me switch over to my screen share so I can show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself, we're going to call it 55 minutes, 50 minutes or so until noon my time. And I am going to work and see how many issues I can clear out. So what we're looking at right now is the summary from Accessibility Checker Pro in the in the WP Product Talk website. It's got 55.81% pass tests, 214 unique errors, 3 color contrast errors, 230 warnings, 11 things that have been ignored during past live remediation sessions. And we're seeing an average of 8 issues per page with an average issue density of 1.09. Issue density, for those who are not familiar, is calculated. We take all of the HTML elements on the page that are content related and sort of count them. And then we compare them to how many issues exist on the page. So a page that has a higher issue density is maybe something that has a shorter amount of content and more problems on it. That is a worse page than a page that is a huge amount of content and has that same number of issues, because obviously there are more issues related to the amount of content on the page. And we currently have 6 URLs that have a 100% score. So I'm going to flip over to Open Issues and show you what I can see right here in this report. So I'm seeing some empty paragraph tags, which are a warning, 277 of those. Image empty alternative text, image missing alternative text, so it doesn't have the alt attributes, 78 possible headings, 77 empty buttons, duplicate alternative text, aria hidden, 40 things, empty links, there's 33 of those, linked image, empty alternative text, which is another way of saying an empty link, just happens to have an image in it, incorrect heading order, a video being present, missing transcript, improper use of link. There's 6 of those, insufficient color contrast, only 3 left because we resolved a lot of those pretty early on. Missing form label 2, image long alternative text. There's one broken ARIA reference, one additional instance of an animated GIF, and 1 iframe missing title. So I am going to go as fast as I can. I'm going to work through these. I am not going to go top to bottom. I'm going to go in order of what I think could be the biggest problems for people and try and fix those first. So one of the first things I want to do right now is look at empty button. And I'm going to tell you guys, I don't do a lot of planning for these because I want to do my planning and assessment live with you all as I'm fixing things, because I think that that is probably the best way to show how I look at them and interpret them and what I do. So you get real world. When I struggle with something, it's because I didn't look at it before. I have no idea. So it's always interesting. So what I'm seeing when I clicked on the empty button is there are 77 empty buttons. They are all coming on post type of podcasts. So this is telling me these are probably on our episode singles, and I can see the post titles all look like titles of our podcast episodes. And the button has a YouTube data button for the YouTube video itself, which tells me that probably this is a button that actually triggers an embed for the video or a play for the video, which means if this is empty, then a screen reader user would not know how to play the video. So this is a pretty critical problem, because the whole point of coming is to be able to watch the video from the podcast. So I'm going to click view on page for the first one and see if it finds it. And right here, indeed, there is an image, and our button is kind of around or behind it. So I can only see a little bit of the edge of my highlight, but I've got my error button right on it right there. So this is up at the top of the page. So what is kind of handy about this is I'm going to probably be able to fix this one time, and it's going to fix all 77 of those problems. So I'm going to do something real quick so I can do this. I'm going to remove the parameters and reload the page, because if I forget, then what happens is every time I reload the page, it pops that up. I don't want that. So let's go back. This is not edited up in the top. This is using something called Cadence Elements. So if I go under Appearance, Cadence Elements, I'm going to open that in a new tab. And then we can go to single episode header, and I'm going to hit edit on that. If you did not catch last week's video, please go check it out. I did a lot of work on single episodes. I fixed the transcript toggle to make it keyboard functional, fixed some heading level issues, made some links not ambiguous. So definitely check that out. All right. So my single episode header has loaded, and I can see right away that I have two short codes on the side where I expected to maybe be able to edit a button. So I'm gonna have to go edit some code to do this. And I'm assuming it's the first one. Yeah, because the first one is what's probably embedding the video, and the second one is embedding the YouTube views, which is really cool. I might have to go find this code that Matt Cromwell wrote and copy this. The views, because that would be super neat to put on the Equalize Digital website as well. All right, so I have to go somewhere else in order to fix this problem. It's not here. And this is kind of the fun sometimes of WordPress. Like you think it's going to be here, but it's not. So I'm going to have to go dive in. So I'm going to go look for this WPPT underscore episode underscore featured underscore image underscore or underscore YouTube short code, which is going to be in my code snippets, which our admin is not organized the way a normal one is because Matt rearranged it. So if things look like they're not in a place you expect them to, that is why. So let me go find that short code. Here it is. I'm going to click edit on this. And now I have to try and find that empty button and figure out how I can fill it in meaningfully in a dynamic way. So what do I mean by dynamic? So I have scrolled down. I have found the HTML that is outputting it on row 43 here. This is my button, and I can see there is no text inside the button at all. How does this function on the front end? Let's just look real quick. If I hit tab, ooh, that is also interesting. We might want to assess the focus styles on this because it gets focused a little weird. So we'll look at that in a minute. But let's see. I want to make sure that it has a meaningful title. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look and sort of see there's no other videos on this page. So I could say the title of it. So I could say like play title of video, which would be really important if this short code was potentially outputting multiple videos or if I thought the short code was going to be used on multiple posts. But in this instance, I actually think it's okay for me to just have it say play video or play episode video. Um, but I want to check first and see if that actually plays it or if it loads it. Like what does this do? Let's tab to it again. I'm going to hit the space bar because it's a button. So it loads the video. It does not play it. So we don't want to say play because that would be misleading. So I'm going to just stick in here. I'm pretty sure we have a screen reader class. A span class equals screen dash reader dash text load YouTube video. Oops. And then I'm going to close my span by not typing it incorrectly. All right. So why did I choose screen reader text? I chose screen reader text instead of an ARIA label because screen reader text translates better than an ARIA label. So if someone were to translate this page into another language, that would work a little better. So I'm going to do that first. Save changes. And the fun of doing this live, you guys, is you can be on this exact same page if you want. And you can see along with me if I broke anything by hitting refresh. So I'm not seeing visible text. So let me hit tab here a couple times, get back to it. Okay. So it seems like my screen reader text works. I'm just going to inspect. And make sure that it output the text. Nope. All right. Why did it not output it? Do I need to make sure I'm not cached? I just put a random URL string parameter on the end of the URL to make sure I'm not cached. Let's try again. Inspect. Button. Do I have text in it? Nope. Okay. Let's figure out if there's another button in here somewhere. Because this is what I think it was. But why is it not working? Is there oh wait. I'm doing a find for the button just to make sure there's not another button tag in there. There isn't. Okay, hold on. This is where we get let's try clearing our solid performance. Let's clear the page cache. See if that does anything. Did clearing the page? Nope. I still don't have text on the button and I don't know why. And that's super irritating. That's the only button tag. That's an add to calendar button. What else is creating caching on this website? I mean, I swear I hit save, right? Save changes. Solid performance. What's this? I don't know what that is. I'm scrolling through my plugin list right now because I'm trying to figure out if there's something else that is potentially caching that page because I'm not. It is shocking to me that my span inside my button is not outputting at all. Nope. Clear current page. I don't know the difference between clear page cache and clear current page. Oh, and let's also make an extra random URL parameter. Dave says he also uses random URL strings a lot. That is the secret of the developer. But yet again, I still have an empty button here with no text, which is incredibly frustrating, which makes me wonder if there's like JavaScript modifying this button. So I'm just going to go back to that button since apparently my span doesn't want to output. And we're going to give it an ARIA label instead and see if that will work. Let's try this. ARIA dash label equals load YouTube video. I'm leaving this screen reader text in there because it won't hurt. The ARIA label will override, so it won't do anything like repeat it twice or anything. When you put an ARIA label on an interactive element, it just overrides it. All right, let's see if that works. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to tell you that I think I'm editing the wrong part of the code. And I'm going to go look at the other snippets that are available there. Let's see. No, this also didn't do it. Why would that be? All right. I'm going to leave this open for a minute, but I'm going to go back and look at my other snippets and just make sure that there's not a different one for the shortcode that I'm missing. Transcript shortcode. That should be it. What if I look at another random episode? Let's just go pick another random episode that I haven't looked at previously. We'll look at this one. And see when I inspect this one, if this one also doesn't have my changes. Sadness. This is my whole, I'm going to be able to fix so many things fast. And then you guys, I get hung up on something that I thought was going to be really fast and easy. What could be modifying that button that is not, that is overriding it? This is CSS. This is an add to calendar button. This is, I swear, this is the button. Class name, YouTube, _ button, plausible event name, play video. Let's go back. This is the button. It's totally, I'm going to do it. I'm going to start deactivating performance plugins. What else is in here? Admin CSS. We don't need that. That wouldn't have modified it. Code snippets. I might have to go look and see. Embed optimizer. Nope, that doesn't look like anything. That would be it. Image prioritizer wouldn't impact it. It'll be hilarious if I said, I'm going to race to see how many issues I can fix. And I actually only fix one issue. Because it takes the whole time. Performance lab. I kind of want to see. Okay, what is this? This is a WordPress performance team. So it's like a community product. What is this doing? Is this doing any caching? No. It has embed optimizer, modern image format. That's probably the thing right there. Converts images to AVIF. That's what was breaking all of those AI alt generating plugins. Image prioritizer, speculative loading. I don't feel like that should be impacting what I'm doing. What else? I think it's got to be let's see. I feel like it's just a caching thing. I'm going to try. Sorry, Matt, in advance. I'm going to deactivate our solid performance plugin and see what that does. Also, I'm a little bit wondering if I can't see it here, if this could just be me. Let's go look. All right, we'll try one more time on this. Nope, still not getting it. Or the ARIA label. But let's go check something real quick. I don't know if anybody has used Browser Stack before. And but Browser Stack is this super handy tool where you can check something in a different browser on a different device. So we could be like, I want to look at this on a Windows computer in Edge, because do I actually have that? Nope. So I'm going to look at it here because it is not my computer and it is not my browser and not my IP and all kinds of things. So let's see. We got another website opening, so I'm waiting for it to load. There we go. I have to allow it to copy and paste. And now we're going to go inspect and see if my fix for that button worked. Inspect. You guys can tell me too. I appreciate that David is also saying, he says, I prepared something for my live stream today and everything I planned didn't work as expected. Well, look, here we are. This is the fun, though, of live. It also is not outputting, which is so weird because this is literally the code that I edited. So unless there's something else modifying it, I'm stumped. I might have to skip it and come back and ask someone, hey, do you know why this isn't working? But it literally is, it's the right container. It's the right everything. And yes, we can leave Browser Stack. But it also isn't working in Browser Stack. So super weird. I'm gonna come back to that later. I'm gonna have to mark this down as something for myself. But I cannot figure out why my change there. Unless, yeah. I'm looking at the JavaScript that replaces the image with the video, but even that doesn't have anything that would be overriding the button that's higher up. And the image, none of that. However, I'm going to leave this open because there's another issue that I'm pretty sure is related to this. So bummer. I thought I was going to fix 77 empty buttons errors, but apparently not. So let's go back to open issues real quick. And what I want to jump to is this image missing alternative text. When an image is missing the alt attribute, it's super annoying because it reads out things like the image source. So you can imagine it would hearing https://i.ytimg.com, blah, 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 right? That would be super annoying. So this, I'm going to try and fix it. It's in that same snippet, but I'm not sure why it's not reflecting. But we can just see right here towards the bottom of that code snippet is the image tag, and it's missing the alt attribute. So we definitely want to add it. The question is, do we want to add the alt attribute, or do we want and leave it empty because we think it's decorative? Or do we want to have something that pulls alt text from the media library? So I want to look at, oh, we don't need that tab open. I want to look at one of these episodes for a second and just kind of explore around this and think about whether I think that this is a decorative image, because I kind of think it is, to be honest. I don't think I want it announced to screen reader users. because what we've got in this container here is we have an inside container video image that outputs and the button that should have the name of load video. I don't actually think, and for a mouse user, the button covers the entire image, so it kind of makes it seem like that is the button. I think that this is a decorative image. It does have text on it, but the text that's on it is all right next to it, adjacent to it in the title, and the air date is there, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to call this decorative. I am going to do one additional thing, which of course this may or may not work, right? But in addition to having the empty alt, I'm just going to tell Accessibility Checker to ignore this. I tried this last time, you remember, with an attribute and it didn't put it on the right element. So it's something I need to circle back to, but I'm going to say role equals presentation. If you've got an empty alt and you have role equals presentation, then the role equals presentation will tell Accessibility Checker, don't tell me that this is empty alt, because I don't want to add the missing alt and then suddenly have a bunch of issues that just switch from missing to empty warnings, and then I have to go through and ignore them when I actually know it's right. So this is my way to sort of pre-ignore. I want to look and make sure there's not another image up here. There is another one. So there was like that fallback, and then there's also the same one up here. So I'm going to do the same thing. This is the one that loads before the button. The one down below is the fallback if the video doesn't load. So I have added my missing alt onto that as well. I wish it would work. I don't know why it doesn't work. I am saving the changes. I wonder if I did something funky like deactivate it and activate it again, if that might work. Let's see. Let's refresh this page and see if my alt showed up. Let's see. Inspect. Button. No, my alt also is not showing up. There's something super weird about that. I'm going to straight up do it. I'm going to break the website for a minute and see. Okay, here we go. I'm turning off the featured image or YouTube shortcode. And now I'm going to expect when I refresh this page that I should just see the shortcode output there, but not render anything. Yes. Okay. So what I was editing was the correct code. Now we'll turn it back on. I hope nobody was attempting to watch one of our live streams right at that second. All right, let's see. There we go. All right, now that I've turned it back on and it's reloading, but it's still caching. I am lost, y'all. I cannot figure out why it's not seeing this. And this might be, just my inexperience with this plugin. Why it's not showing my changes. Run snippet everywhere. Why is it not seeing my changes? Here, let's refresh this page and make sure they saved. Did they save? Where's my empty button? It didn't save. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay. Here's where things could get really fun. Matt Cromwell told me yesterday that he was trying to do something on the website. He was trying to add an episode or something, and it wouldn't save. Well, the reason why my code is not outputting on the front end is it's not saving. Something is broken on this website. So I thought we were going to race to fix accessibility problems, but I'm not going to be able to fix accessibility problems. So because for some reason, something can't save, which is Super weird. I don't know why that would be. So what I'm going to do now, if you're here for accessibility problems, I apologize. We're now going to try and figure out why nothing is saving on our website. So I'm going to click update available, and I'm just going to go right now with update roulette, and I'm going to update them all. I have a really, really fabulous, I'm gonna go away from my screen for just a minute while this is doing this. I'm gonna hit apply and let them all just go and update. While it is, I'm gonna show you guys this fabulous candle that I have that is so perfect. This was swag I got at a WordCamp from Stellar WP once, and it says, "This candle smells like updating all your plugins on production without a single issue." It is so perfect for this moment. Like, hilarious. But anyway, we are doing it. Should you do this? I don't know. But we are going to do it. We're going to try and figure out why nothing can save, because clearly something is broken. Beyond running all the updates, I am also probably going to, I'm thinking about what have I changed? Last week when I was working on the site, I added the attributes for blocks plugin. It seems so unlikely that this would be broken, but maybe it is. So I love this. Yeah. And Mika's here. She says, "Wahaha, you are so courageous." Don't do this at home. Yes, absolutely. All right, you guys. I have updated all the plugins all at once. I didn't even run a backup. But hey, it's already broken. So let's just, for fun, we'll refresh the page that I was working on and see if anything on there looks horrible. Nothing looks horrible. Does the homepage look horrible? Nope. We did it. I updated everything, and the 2 page types that I care the most about don't look broken. All right. So let's try something real quick. And the other thing I'm going to do, because I know I did add this recently, is I'm going to deactivate attributes for blocks. And wait, do we have one that still says update? No, that was a different message about something else. All right. I'm going to go back to my snippets, and I'm going to see if I can actually edit the snippet and if it will save. And if not, I'm going to tell you the reality is I'm going to go, okay, this is over my head. Do I still have the... Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, we'll try and add our empty alt and role equals presentation on image. I'm not going to do all the rest because I don't want to waste time typing stuff out if it's not actually going to save the change. So I have hit the save button twice. It has given me a snippet updated message. Now to test that, I'm going to hit refresh on the page, and I'm going to see if it's still there. It's not. This is 100% a moment where I start to say, I have no idea why a WordPress website. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Has anyone else ever seen this? You have to let me know in the comments if you have ever seen this. We could ask our friend Chat GPT. Why would a WordPress Why would a WordPress website not be able to save? Plugin or theme conflicts. Yeah, this is the thing I don't want to do. It tells you deactivate everything, which we all know we have to do. It's like plugin whack-a-mole is what I call it. Caching issues. No, that's not it. Memory limits. Database issues. Too many revisions or auto saves. I don't know. I deactivated the one plugin I added. Do we have Query Monitor? I kind of wonder if there's like a error happening in the back end. No. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail for this. I really am. I'm going to have to change the thumbnail for this YouTube video because clearly I'm going to have to try again next time on how many issues can I fix in an hour, because instead I'm going to spend time trying to figure out why is my website not saving anything. Query Monitor. I'm only going to try for a couple more minutes and then I'm legit going to give up, which is an okay answer unless you are the developer of the website. Then you don't get to give up. But since I'm not the developer, I just kind of say, here's what I tried. Not sure. All right, let's turn on Query Monitor. I also don't think I have access to turn on like debug or anything. Well, that's weird. Why did I get an activation? Oh, just like perfect timing. Write a review for Accessibility Checker. Hey, I will say, if anyone's using Accessibility Checker and you are willing to go write a review for us and make it a 5-star review, we would very much appreciate that. It does help us. I don't need it to ask me that again. Let's see. We installed it. Let's go back to the snippet that doesn't want to save and click edit on it. And I'm going to try editing that image again because that's what I have saved on my clipboard so I can copy and paste it. Save changes. What does Query Monitor say to me? PHP errors. That's a warning. Constant disallow file edit already defined. WordPress core. Is there a WordPress core update? I wonder if WordPress core updated recently. So weird. Also, admin CSS has a whole bunch of deprecations. That plugin. Seriously Simple Podcast has a deprecation. That shouldn't matter. I wonder if, all right, we have updates in the dashboard. Let's see. I am running the current version of WordPress. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to open the inspector. I'm going to try and save it one more time. I'm about to give up though and say people that are more technical than me has to fix the website before I can do accessibility remediation on it. Save changes. And no console errors. Which normally, if there were issues, we would expect Query Monitor to log those. I don't know, y'all. I think I'm giving up. I think I'm going for... So David says there might be PHP in your WP config to prevent updating plugins or code snippets from the dashboard. Oh, look, there we go. Here comes some stuff from Query Monitor. It was just taking a while. But with the disallow file edit is what he was referencing. What's odd about that is maybe that changed recently, but it worked just fine last week when I was editing. So yeah, that might be it. I don't actually have access to FTP for this website, so I can't fix it. I'm not sure. Oh, wait. I just had a thought. We have a security plugin on this website. Guys, I'm going to do that too. Oh, I already had the plugin tab open like 8 times, but I disconnected again. I do that all the time. Okay. No one hacked this website. I'm going to temporarily deactivate the security plugin on a live stream. So funny and so not smart. I don't know, but we're going to figure it out real quick and see if that stops things from saving. Let's go edit this. Try to save something. It says it was updated. Refresh the page. Did it save? Nope, it didn't save. That wasn't it. All right, well, I'm going to reactivate the plugins that I deactivated. So your opportunity for hacking is over. Sorry. And I am then going to say, this is the moment when I call a dev and I say, nothing saves on this website. I don't know why. So unfortunately, I did not get to do what I thought I was going to do today, which occasionally is unfortunately the reality of WordPress at times. I don't know. I will say this is a weird issue. I've never seen that. So I hope, if you've never observed a WordPress website before, you don't have a horrible impression. Maybe you do. But this happens sometimes. So I'm going to put a pause. What I will say is next week I will not be back because we are doing a WordPress accessibility meetup. Picha Neri will be speaking about captions. So please register for that. If you go to equalizedigital.com/events, you can find the link to register for that via Zoom. And then in the following week on March 13th, I am very, very excited because I'm going to have a special guest. Ben Rittner from Cadence is going to come, and we're going to talk about some of the secrets to doing some things accessibly in Cadence. And if you're not familiar with him, he is the developer behind Cadence. So he is the best person to be able to tell us all about the cool special things that you can do. He's going to answer some questions. I am definitely going to prep ahead of time for that with some very specific things that I can't figure out and get him to help answer them. I'll probably post an update, at least in a comment on this video, to answer the question about why the heck will this website literally save nothing once that is solved by someone who's not me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sorry this was a disappointment on the remediation front, but maybe a interesting look at troubleshooting in WordPress. And again, I'll be back in 2 weeks with Ben Rittner. If you have not yet, please hit subscribe on my YouTube channel. Give this video a big thumbs up wherever you are watching that, whether that's on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. I very much appreciate it. Thanks so much and have a great day.